All right, no one's surprised to see City in the top five of this list. City's been in the top five of any best Trek list ever made. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that. And in fact, I'm surprised it's not number one. And maybe that says something about some of our changing taste. And I was totally on board with that for many years, and still to some extent, I still am, because you got this Joan Collins speech and what tomorrow may bring and all that, but the attitude toward the Joan Collins character um, was very much assumed for a long time. But it took reading a book written in 1977 for me to be exposed to what some of the problems are. And here's the quote. 1977, Meaning in Star Trek. It's a very small work. I'm surprised I don't have it within um, arm's length now. It's pretty easy to find. But here are the beats about Edith Keeler. Blair quotes as an idealized mother figure, the embodiment of that male dream of an impossible, all-encompassing hospitality. All right. Now, Blair pulls a lot from Jungian psychology, which, well, that's another story altogether. But overall, here's what my initial read was as I was writing myself. I appreciated the critique. I had not considered this is such an obvious point. She is a, quote, fantasy woman created by men in response to their dreams of infinite rest and recreation. Such popular appeal for this episode and character indicated how much renaissance this story generates. How it resonates, and evidence of psychic profundity. It's as I was reading this critique for the first time, and as I reread it, it does say something about the impetuous nature of Harlan Ellison. As we'll leave Ellison alone. I mean, just as the whatever the role of the artist is and the writer, and in Hollywood, and how one can sustain that, and so on. And we're back to the importance of City here. All right. So given all these, I have to now. The bad thing about Blair is she didn't really develop the criticism about this. It's only in a couple pages. And I've dropped the ball in following up on that over the years, and trying to look at this character again, and because she is Sister Edith Keeler, I'm wondering if male writers like Ellison, imbued into her all these things that make for more of a fantasy than a reality. That's the problem with City. It's not the time travel. It's that the character Joan Collins plays a bit too unrealistic, and can now this gets into the sci-fi of it. I mean, and the butterfly effect of this, that, and the other thing, and are we not just sacrificing this for this? So sure, it's a moral dilemma. It's like a lot of the top episodes on this list deal with moral dilemmas. Apparently, we just had it in Pale Moonlight and a couple others. How does one suppress their most profound personal feelings for the greater good? Okay. Plenty of people have talked far and wide about City. I don't need to go any further. It is a fine 45 minutes, 50 minutes of maybe 51 of sci-fi. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's my 2 cents on City right now. Just thinking about it out loud. Working from a theme that wasn't quite developed in 1977 that we should look at again, maybe, about this, that, and the other thing. But there you go.